All right, so share why you picked that one.
Because I read all the other ones and this book looks good because I like owls a lot.
So you've read the Explore the World life science books? All right, what do you know about horned owls, great horned owls, before you start? Do you know anything?
Not that much.
No? So what do you know about informational books before you start? What do you know you're going to get into?
They tell a fact about the topic.
Yeah, so they give you facts, right? Okay. And there's also text features, right? That the author might use. What are some of those text features that you see as we page through here? What is this text feature?
Headings.
Yeah, so you're going to have the headings. And it doesn't look like there's too many here, right? It's not set up as like a lot of them. But I guess if you go to this page, what is this text feature?
Caption.
Yeah, they actually call this a fact box or an information box. And then do they have, what do they have at the end?
An index and a glossary.
Yeah, and those are helpful too as a reader, right? So you might have to turn to those as we read, okay? All right, so let's find out what we learn about the great horned owl.
A family of great horned owls was nesting in a tree. The owl
So where's the tricky part?
right there.
Okay, what do you think the author's trying to tell us there? What word would you use there?
The owls were only a few weeks old.
So what word would you replace this one with if you could be the author?
Owls.
And it's actually the babies. They call baby owls owlets. So the babies were only a few weeks old, but the author's using owlets. So that's one strategy you can think of as a reader, as you can replace the word with one that you know makes sense. But then now we have to break that word, and we see owlets, right? Yeah, so the baby owlets were only a few weeks old.
Their mother was badly injured and could not take care of them. The owls were hungry and needed food. The owlet's father worked hard trying to catch enough mice to feed the babies, but they could not feed all four owlets by himself.
So share your thinking after you read that first page. What is something you are thinking about or learning about? What did you learn on this page?
That what owlets means?
Yeah, we learned that they're what?
Baby.
Yeah, and what happened to the babies?
The mother was badly injured, and then the father couldn't catch enough mice, and then they were hungry and needed food.
Yeah, so now these people are taking care of them, right? We think so. Let's find out what we.
A group of scientists was sent to rescue the owlets. They took 4 owlets from their nest and brought them to a safe place called
What are you thinking there? What are they trying to tell us there?
like a place.
Yeah, it's the place, right? So now let's go to that word, and where would you break that word to help you solve it?
Liberty, wildlife.
Yeah, so see what you did there? When you're not quite sure, you want to find your breaks, and then you put it together, and now it's Liberty Wildlife. That's the place where they took them. Let's see what they do.
Every animal is brought to Liberty Wildlife is given an infection.
So again, what are they talking about first?
Like a band.
Yeah, so they're describing, this is a describing word. They're describing the band. So what could that be?
And
So now break it, right? You want to break it because you're not sure. At least you know it's some kind of band that they put on the owls. Now, where would you break that word?
and in
So what if I told you it's I and then identification. Identification. Identification band. What does that mean? Identification band.
Like a band that they put on the owl.
To know which owl it is, right? Yeah, so they're identifying the owl. The word identify is in there. So they're identifying which owl it is. Because how many were there?
4.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they do.
This helps the workers keep track of everything that happens to each animal. Liberty Wildlife helps almost 100 great horned owl babies every year. If one of the owlets needs special medicine, the scientists and doctors need to be sure that they are giving it to the right owlet.
What does that mean? What are they talking about there?
Like that they are giving it to like the right one and not like a different one there.
Mm-hmm. And so those are special important bands, right? Those identification bands. All right, let's see what they say.
The owlets are also given fluids.
What are fluids? What do you think it is? Did you just break that word?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're learning that strategy. So they're given fluids. What do you think that means? What are fluids?
Like a liquid or
Yeah.
like a medicine.
Water, right?
Yeah.
So that they do not What do you think that one might be? What would you put in there? The owlets were also given fluids so that they do not, what?
Like get sick or
Yeah, but this is what would happen if you don't have enough water. So let's break this one. D or high.
dehydrate.
Yeah, dehydrate. So you have to be flexible in there too and do different sounds. When you said dehay, that doesn't sound right. Dehydrate, right? Dehydrate. So we have to be flexible. So let's go back up. The owlets were also given fluids so that they would not dehydrate.
They had come from the desert where there is very little water.
That makes sense why they were dehydrated, right? All right.
So the adult female owls at the Liberty
Try
Wildlife.
that again.
So there are some adult female owls at Liberty Wildlife who do not have children of their own. These owls are trained to be foster mothers to take care of owls who do not have parents. The 4 owlets were given to a foster mother named Maggie. At first, the owlets were very afraid. They missed their parents at the old home.
Try that again.
They miss their parents and their old home.
So what did you learn on this page?
Like that they have like a lot of female owls that don't have children of their own, so they give like the owls that they rescue to them because they are ready to like.
Yeah, what would we call that if we had a mom, we sent kids to a different family? What do we call that?
Fostering.
Fostering, or, and then what if they keep them? They're adopted, yeah. So they're kind of going through that process with these animals just like they might with people, right? Let's see what they tell us about the owlets.
The owlets need a lot of food. An owlet can eat between 8 and 10 mice a day. Maggie fed the owlets and took good care of them. Soon they were feeling happy and safe with her.
That's nice, isn't it? What a great place to go. All right. Let's see what we learn.
Liberty Wildlife goal is to raise the 4 owlets as natural.
How are you breaking that word?
Nat and then all.
Can you put it together?
Naturally.
Try it.
Naturally as possible.
What do you think? Why?
Because
What are they
like,
trying to tell us?
Like they wanna like. The goal is to raise the owlets as natural
What does that mean, though?
as possible. Like the same.
As what?
Like the other parents.
Yeah, it's actually telling us that they're trying to raise them like it would be if they were in the wild. So as naturally, because that's where owls live, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're trying to do there, as naturally as possible. Because where are they? Where are they?
At Liberty Wild.
Yeah, and that's not the wild, is it? So now they're getting them out in the wild to try to help them, okay?
Once they are able to fly and hunt.
Well, let's finish this page.
The volunteers at the foundation tried not to make contact with the owlets. They needed to be kept wild.
What does that mean? What are they trying to tell us there?
Like they don't want to help them. Like they do want to help them, but they don't want to like try to like do it. Like not make the owls do all the work.
Yeah.
Because then they couldn't really put them out in the wild because then they would think just a human would just come and feed them again.
Right, they didn't want the humans to take over. They wanted the animals to do it, right? Okay, let's see what happens.
Once they are able to fly and hunt on their own, the owlets are released back into the wild.
Yes, the owlets were released because this already happened. All right, let's stop there. So what is one thing that you could teach somebody that you think they might not know after reading that section?
What owlets mean?
Okay, so you could teach somebody that baby owls are called owlets, right? What else could you teach them? Anything else? What about this place? Could you teach them about the Liberty Wildlife? What would you tell them about that?
Like, Liberty Wildlife helps like animals.
Yeah, it's an organization, right? It's a place that can bring them. And then what did we learn on this page about when they get out, after they raise them, what do they try to do? They raise them as what?
As naturally as possible.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
Like out in, like as they were like out in the wild.
Yeah, so they're doing it naturally. All right, nice work.